Okay, instead, Frostberg, we're talking about the Chiefs. How's that? Is that good? Is that good for you?
Oh, yeah, as long as it's that wide receiver there is missing 6 games, I'm cool.
So big news
Although,
today.
of course, the NFL let them off easy. It should have been the whole season. Are you kidding?
I'm
if not
surprised.
If not 3 seasons.
I thought it was 3-year ban. I honestly thought for Rashee Rice that the suspension came out today. We knew this was coming for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. He has accepted a 6-game suspension, and he will be starting that at the beginning of the season. Eligible to return week 7 ahead of their game against the Raiders. Raiders can't catch a break. There had been a disciplinary hearing scheduled for September 30th, but this is what Rashee Rice is taking. In July, remember, he was sentenced to 30 days in jail and 5 years probation for his role in that multi-car crash in Dallas that left a lot of people hurt during the 2024 offseason. Now, honestly, I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be 4 games. I thought that's what it would wind up being, and the NFLPA would try to whittle it down. But it's going to be 6 games, start of the season. Remember, we thought it was going to be in October as well. So this is a lot of change.
He wasn't going to have his hearing and discussion points till the end of the month. So that created a great deal of consternation because you'd had other suspensions announced when we go back to Jordan Addison and others, but different parts of the rule book at play.
So he's not going to appeal, meaning this is now set. He's serving a 6-game suspension. He comes back before week 7. And I'll be honest with you, it doesn't matter, right? This is not going to change their offense's production this season. I've told you this is the
Especially with all the refs' calls.
The refs are still there. I mean, the refs want to be invited to the Kelsey and Taylor Swift wedding, right? So you know they're going to have that.
Well, they're his groomsmen.
Just wait.
Yeah, I mean, you can't crush that.
They're already practicing calling late hits. They're on late hits on defense. They're making sure, okay, where are the defensive ends? We're making sure, how do we call late hits?
Yeah,
they're
don't come close on the dance floor.
I mean, I say they're better as ushers and officiants that way, right? So, I mean, they're making sure you get to your proper spot and location in the seating chart, but it all works.
The Patrick Mahomes middle finger tour is going to play well this season, whether Rashee Rice is playing week 1 or not. This is a wide receiver room that finally, we've talked about this, is the healthiest that it has been. Right now, obviously, Rice is out the first 6 weeks, but you knew he was gonna miss some time.
Should have been life.
But this is Worthy. Xavier Worthy, who had a really good rookie year last year, 2nd year in the league. Hollywood Brown, healthy. You got Thornton, Juju Smith-Schuster, still Travis Kelce in what likely is going to be his last year in the NFL, going all to the wall for my final year before the wedding. Come on, dude. The guy showed that, hey, maybe I have one more year. Hey,
now I could be the GOAT at my position. You saw what happened to Tom. Are you going to force me off this field? No, you're not going to try to force me off this field.
The dude doesn't have time. The guy doesn't have time to play football with everything going on. With his podcast and his marriage and he doesn't have time. This is it. This is his last time. He said last year, I can't go out like this. The year he had I can't go out like that.
He will.
Which was overall a pretty good year for a tight end, just not a tight end named Travis Kelce.
But, we talked about, Pete Futak, who's going to join us Friday night to preview football. We talked about his thoughts on the University of Texas, right? Big Texas-Ohio State game coming this week. And he said last week, I am stock up on Arch Manning, but I'm stock down on Texas because Texas' schedule is really difficult. They stubbed their toe, could easily lose week 1, and on and on. That's how I feel about the Chiefs this year. I'm stock up on Mahomes all the way up, but I'm stock down on the Chiefs. The division is younger. It's more athletic. The teams are better. It's going to be a fight just for them to get a wild card this year, right? The dynasty, and we talked about in Kansas City, you are seeing the ending embers of it now. But this offensive production you're going to see, Mahomes has been waiting. It's been 2 years of being a game manager. He's not like he's 37, 38 years old where I have to move to that part of my career. It just had to be a point where, hey, my weapons are healthy again, right? And I can still get out there. I can still spray the ball over the field. I can't just throw anybody, for a couple of years, the Chiefs thought, we don't need Tyreek Hill. We don't need these guys. We can just throw anybody out there, and Mahomes is going to be great. No, I think we saw when Tyreek Hill left, hey, Mahomes still struggled. The team was still good. Team won a Super Bowl with Mahomes being a game manager, so okay, but as far as this year now, hey, the weapons are there, but the other teams are better. I don't know that the Chiefs have gotten so much better. They'll score a ton of points, but they're going to be one of those teams where, hey, don't get in an aerial dogfight with them, right? That's going to be the thing for the Chiefs. But this year for Mahomes, with all his players, with the weapons out there, finally what he thought, Hollywood Brown is what they thought he was going to be when they first signed him. Xavier Worthy is second year in the offense now. You're bringing Juju Smith-Schuster back to a team where he's familiar with the system. Thornton's had some big plays so far in the preseason, right? Kelsey, a tight end. You have what you need on that team. And now this is the best weapons room that the Chiefs have had in 3 years. Patrick Mahomes is back to being Patrick Mahomes. The middle finger tour continues for Mahomes this year.
Yeah, what's going to be interesting to watch as this develops, right? You've got continuity in the offensive line. You return virtually your entire starting line. Great. Always a good starting point because there's plenty of teams we'll be talking about leading up to kickoff a week from tomorrow. That's the biggest area of concern, right? Can you address this? How does that front five coalesce? Well, for Patrick Mahomes, we watched last year. Rashee Rice missed a good chunk of the year. It didn't matter, right? Next man up. And we watched Worthy the second half of the year started to get it. Hollywood Brown, if he's healthy, which has been the big knock the last couple of years, right? Great flashes, great depth receiver, and a guy that can take it to the house. Well, we got to keep him on the field. So training room, it's all on you. Juju, Thornton, you brought up all of those guys. You got Noah Gray there, the tight end in waiting, who will have his share of catches in between the 20s. Now it's a matter of what you find in the painted grass. The key with the Chiefs to all of it is two teams in the AFC West, by the odds makers and by all eye tests, are catching up in short order, right? We'll talk about the Chargers and the expectation of that next leap forward. Justin Herbert, whatever some of the metrics say about fourth quarters and whatever else, he's a guy that he is now becoming your quarterback's favorite quarterback. Now he's got to show it with Jim Harbaugh at the helm. And then you look at what's going on in Denver, a team that is getting a lot of noise, a lot of love. Bo Nix was a guy, finished, 12th or back-end top 10 in terms of yardage a year ago, and they're only better. Better running back room, defense, which is top 3 and by anybody's evaluation coming in. And then you got the Raiders, who are going to be just good enough to piss you off over the course of the year, right? They'll steal a game or two or test you deep into fourth quarters that maybe you see some residual effects in a game off a short week, whatever else. But all of that to say, 52% to win the division off the current odds. You're still looking at an over-under win total into the double digits for Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I think there's a lot of noise because remember, it started getting really loud about he's nowhere near Brady now. It's backed up. He's just a guy.
Oh, yeah. You turn into a guy at 30.
You add all of those things that are going on. Travis Kelce had to hear it, and he wore it, and I don't know, he's dating and now is engaged with Taylor Swift. So I don't know how much that truly affected him mentally in the offseason. I mean, you're in love, man. That'll cloud a lot of things. Make you feel like you've been drinking Jack and Coke all morning. Oh, wait, that's Michael Rappaport.
And
Beautiful Girls.
Yeah.
But, all of those things to say, you got the division coming at you, and the AFC's, they're not slouches throughout that conference. So it'll be a tougher road, but probably the best supporting cast he's had in 3 years. And eventually Rashee Rice will get back on the field.